Mainfield is charmingly situated. From it, a path leads to the green fields and forests to the foot of the mountain, which looms over the fountain with grave and solemn aspect. One morning, a stout, healthy maid climbed the footpath, leading a little girl by the hand. The youngster's shape was difficult to distinguish as she toiled up the mountain, where the land grows gradually wilder as the path ascends. Hey, a little help? You know, they say black is supposed to be slimming, but be nice or I'll hold you down and sit on you. What's with that tatty old suitcase on the porch? You graduated from high school. Where's your luggage? Upstairs with the rest of my childhood. Huh. Why didn't you tell me she canceled the trial appointment? I mean, you do know she canceled the trial appointment. She told me. She told you on purpose, or she told you in passing? Like, she didn't want to lie to you, but she also didn't want you to know. The whole reason for me lying down in the first place, and she just crosses it off the calendar. By the way, you still would have had to come down and help out during treatment. Well, Dad had his conference this week anyways. Do you have any idea why? She's gonna do what she's gonna do. She can't not do the trial. So tell her. I did. How'd that go? She said, "We'll see," twice in a row. "We'll see, we'll see." That good, huh? Have you talked to Dr. Meadows? She's Mom's doctor, and I'm a little preoccupied at the moment. Like, I'm actually occupied, in case anyone would care to notice. Besides, Dr. Meadows can't make her do the trial against her will. Will you go get me the scissors? She's not thinking. She's in denial. It's crazy. It makes everything crazy, remember? I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about her and how she refuses to see things the way they are. And how are things here, Anne? This place, every time I come back, it's unreal, yet exactly the same. I forget what it's like. Can you help me put these in the mini fridge? The mini fridge? It's new. I saw, or I thought I saw, a little girl when I came in. And not us. Not memories or anything like that, but a real little live girl. She looked at me like she wanted to tell me something, but she couldn't. I looked away and she was gone. What do you think that means? You're exhausted. I think his mom could die. Can't you just be normal? You know, ask a simple, normal question like, how are you feeling? Or have you guys come up with a name yet? Tell me about life in San Francisco, but act like a normal human being. No wonder you never left. You sound just like her. Yeah? Well, you sound exactly like Amy. I can't pretend to be okay with it. She's making a terrible decision. Amar told me that if she takes the course directly after this one, well, Amar, you talked to Amar. He's a doctor. I know. I didn't know you guys talked. I needed more information. I needed to talk to someone that I could trust, whose opinion I could trust. So I called him and he thinks she should do it. I can't believe you called him. No wonder you're so freaked out. This was a bad idea. You should have stayed in San Francisco. Well, you're not exactly equipped to handle things at the moment. You're seeing things. You're talking to Amar. I'm here. I may be seeing things, but I'm here. She looks different. I know what Kima looks like, Jackie. I was here the last time. You remember things wrong, remember?
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be off duty today, taking things easy.
I picked up some of those juice boxes you like.
With your blood pressure, you'll be in bed for the next couple of weeks if you aren't careful. Sit.
Oh, I'll get that.
Save it for tomorrow. Today I can wait on myself. Here, you drink one. Then maybe your sister can feel the baby move.
Maybe Amy doesn't want to feel the baby move?
She does. I can tell. Drink.
Fine, feel away. I'm just the host.
Juice?
Oh, no. I've got my coffee.
Feeling the baby move is my favorite thing. Pregnancy itself is fantastic and impossible, but let's face it, usually in an uncomfortable and somewhat disgusting way. That I could feel this autonomous being turning around inside me was fantastic and impossible, in the good way.
Yeah.
Wish I could feel the cancer move. They tell you to imagine your immune system vanquishing it. They say it improves the cure rate.
Oh, well, you should try that.
I do. Sometimes I think I can feel it twisting about, and then I kill it with my mind. It would be a lot more convenient if that would just work.
You should try everything. Everything helps.
Is it moving yet?
No.
What about now?
No. So, have you guys come up with a name?
Yes.
But we're not telling anyone.
Elizabeth is a lovely name. A family name.
Yeah, well, it isn't exactly gender neutral.
No, it's not. But then again, neither are babies.
Well, you're getting a baby blanket in here. She better like it.
Did you solve your problem?
I did. I dropped the heat switches. I had to rip it back practically to the beginning. Oh, but now I've done something else. I'm so never getting that blanket. You're getting it. It may end up looking like a pot holder, but you're getting it.
Why don't you bring it here and let me take a look at it?
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh! It's moving! So it is! Grot? Amy!
Amy!
I know you.
You're not real. I'm having some kind of incredible visceral overreaction. There's probably a word for that. I probably learned it in college. I'm gonna stand here, close my eyes, and think of that word.
Amy!
Amy! Apparition? That's a lovely word. I never met anyone who saw an apparition for true. I'd so like to be able to see something like that for true. Grot? No thanks. No toast for the insane. You missed it. It made a full revolution.
What? Oh, sorry, I forgot the blanket.
I know. I think I'm getting a headache.
Oh, that's too bad. Did you want to take something for it? I can get you an oxycodone, a Tylenol, a Percocet, a hydrocodone, or a Vicodin.
Maybe an Advil?
We'll go get one. I'll get it. You need to get ready anyway. It'll be a nice change to medicate someone else.
This is not as easy as it looks.
What the hell was that? What are those girls doing in your bedroom?
I don't know. I was hoping you couldn't see them.
I could see them. Both of them. I mean, what are they doing here? Why are they dressed up?
I don't think they're dressed up.
Yeah, they are. The little one is a little Debbie, and the big one looks like Melissa Gilbert or something.
No, the little one is Heidi, and the big one is Anne of Green Gables.
I don't know what you're saying. We need to call their parents.
Did you ever read those books, the ones with the linen bindings? They were in our room forever.
Those are decorations.
No, they were books, Mom's books.
I think someone is playing some kind of joke. Or it's like a singing telegram. Yep, that's what it is. It's the knitting board or Mom's library group. It's a get well singing telegram, only really, really obscure.
Jackie, they look exactly as I imagined them.
I want to see him again.
Is someone else up there?
We're infested.
Excuse me. Sarah Crew, a little princess. Classic tale of reversal of fortune. She's rich, she's poor, she's rich. How did you get here? How did you get here? Brot?
It isn't any use. She's foreign. Translated.
Where did you come from?
The beginning, I think.
Der Brot is Brot? That's enough. I've had enough. You need to make that stop.
I don't have any control over this.
I can't handle this. Okay, I can't handle any of this because I am gonna have a baby and Todd's mom is coming in this afternoon and my mother is sick and I can't handle any of this because, you know what? It freaks me out, so you need to take care of it before Mom finds out about it, okay?
I didn't do this.
Hysterical. I mean, you know, historical girls don't just show up in your bedroom for no reason.
It's your bedroom too. Maybe you did it.
The Sweet Valley High Twins and Black Stallion show up, then you can call my cell, but this is all you. Take care of it.
Look, I don't know what's going on or how or why it's happening any better than you do. All I know is that it's impossible. And
It sounds like a mystery.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm going home.
Jackie, I need help here.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
Even I know this one.
Penny Parker, pleased to meet you.
Are you kidding me? Same author? Kind of. She lives in Riverview, not River Heights. Her dad is a newspaperman, not a lawyer. And her car kind of sucks.
I'm out.
Jackie?
You have store brand Nancy Drew. You'll be fine.
Fine? 10 minutes ago you told me that I was hallucinating.
And now I'm hallucinating. Look, we're hallucinating. Help. You have help. I can't be crazy right now. I need to be calm right now. I need to lay down on my left side and think about whether or not I like the color in the baby's room, okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
I sure would like to get a glimpse of these hallucinations.
Come here. Is this it? Is this all of you? The March girls aren't stuffed in the closet or anything?
Not to our knowledge.
You all need to stay in this room. You can't go into the rest of the house.
I understand. We are not free to do as we please. We are können nicht gehen, wenn wir wollen. I speak 4 languages.
Right. And if you could just lock the door after I leave.
Are we in danger?
Oh, no. It's just they don't make doors that lock from the outside anymore, so I can't lock you in.
Ooh, I've never been a prisoner before, ma'am. I'm sure I'll do it justice, ma'am.
prisoners. You're just
Locked in an upstairs bedroom and/or attic that we must lock ourselves.
How long will you be keeping us here?
I was kind of hoping you could tell me. Could you tell me the rules or how it is that you got here or what it is that you want?
I suppose I could tell you what I'd like. I'd like a glamorous name like Victoria Winterbourne and, jet raven hair.
Perhaps we need help getting out of this jam.
Or perhaps if you'd like help with the canning of the jams, or the cooking, or cleaning, or other household chores.
Or the scrubbing, or the laundering, or the instruction of younger pupils.
Haben Sie sagen?
Goat herding.
Yeah, could you just tell me what it is that you want?
I'm sorry. We're storybook paragons. We don't have ulterior motives precisely. We don't so much happen to do things as we have things happen to us.
Yeah, well, we have enough happening here right now, and as awesome as this would have been if this had happened when I was 11, I think it would be best if you would just go back.
That is what you think would be most useful. To go back.
Yeah, I do. So, I'm gonna go back downstairs, and you go back to wherever it is you go back to. Really great seeing you.
Wait, before you go, do you mind telling us your role?
Oh, are you the housekeeper?
Caretaker?
Companion,
No!
I apologize. It is only that we would be more comfortable knowing what kind of spinster you might be.
Spinster? I am not a spinster. I am 32. Okay, maybe to you that seems kind of, sort of old, but here, that is young. That is really, really young. 32 is like the new 19.
Chrissy Andrews is 19. No, I know it. She pretends to be more mature than the rest of us ever since she married that headmaster and had that big fat baby.
Well, many women my age, or any age, don't get married. And we don't call them spinsters.
Or old maids.
Or blue stockings.
No.
We didn't mean to offend you. We sought only to clarify our situation. You see, Heidi and I have been locked in an attic bedroom by spinsters before, and we are a bit confused.
I have been in similar situations with elderly unmarried women, although usually they turn out to be old men in disguise.
What is your position then?
User services manager.
Not a kindly school teacher.
At least not a headmistress.
What is a user services manager?
I work with computers. I store information and give it to other people when they need it. Well, until last week, I did.
Like a librarian. See, she is a kindly spinster.
Were you dismissed or subjected to the whims of your superiors and forced into service?
More like I was forced out of service.
Ah, you got sacked.
I got laid off. It's like the Buddhist form of getting fired, but you weren't supposed to blame anyone.
Did you type in for yourself indispensable?
You really aren't supposed to blame anyone.
A librarian. Well, she isn't particularly mannish.
Mannish? I am not at all mannish. Nor is there anything wrong with that. I go out with a lot of men. Okay, well, not a lot. But I see people. Well, I saw someone a while ago.
Was he a bachelor? Bachelors are generally delightful.
They are, aren't they?
Bachelor, dare younger self, spinster, alt youngfer.
I'm sure I'll never have a beau, but with these dreadful freckles and terrible red hair.
I have a feeling you'll do fine.
Tell us what it's like having a beau.
Jeez Louise. Everyone knows what that's like.
I don't. It's nothing really. He goes on adventures with you, and sometimes he brings his friends. He carries things. If you need someone to go into town, he offers. And if something is troubling you, he asks what it is, and then you get to tell him. Or if you're really in danger, like you're stuck in a boathouse, or a medieval dungeon, or a pharaoh's tomb, he comes and he looks for you. And after you tell him where to find a key, or how to read Navajo code, or how to unlock a Mandarin puzzle box, he does so. And once you've freed yourself, he holds out his strong hands, looks deep into your eyes, and asks, "Are you all right?" Also, he takes you to parties at his college.
That sounds lovely. Delightful. Is that really what it's like having a boyfriend? No. That's not remotely what it's like. Look, again, what I really need all of you to do is to go back to wherever it is you came from or disappear.
We'll try. We'll do our best. Whatever it is you wish. Yeah.
You are really very helpful.
You seem as though you need help.
Could you just... Thanks.
Well, we're locked in now. Oh, I guess it's one of those stories.
How's your head?
Huh?
Your headache?
Oh, it's ongoing, I guess.
I have your pill, or I had it. But maybe I left it on the counter. Or maybe I took it. I take so many pills these days. It's a bad habit. I'll get you another.
Oh, don't bother. I'll be fine.
You forgot the blanket.
Let's just chat.
You don't need to come today. It's just a blood test to make sure I'm all set for tomorrow.
Oh, I'll go.
If you want to go back on up and lie down, you can.
I don't want to do that. Really, I don't.
Why don't you go get the blanket and we'll see where you went wrong.
Why don't we talk about the trial?
Why don't you let me see if I can't fix your mistake?
I don't want you to see my mistake. I want you to look at me and tell me why I shouldn't go right back up to my room if we aren't going to talk about the trial.
I can tell you're upset, and I know this is more difficult for you being away, not having the kind of support system that Jackie does.
Uh-huh. Wait, are you trying to say that I only want you to do the trial because I'm some kind of spinster?
I'm not saying that.
Maybe I want to be a single forever person. By choice. There's nothing wrong with that.
How's your head?
Worse. I mean, better.
Oh, it must be a bad one. You're irritable.
No, I'm not. Probably just caffeine withdrawal.
I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Oh, no, don't bother. It's not gonna work anyways.
Well, it's never too late for prescription narcotics.
I told you to stay in the room.
You forgot your name.
I know. Also, I think this is your pill.
And here's your cup of joe.
Get back in the room.
Oh, dear.
Ruined. It's ruined. I've been working on this for 6 months.
Allow me. I may be able to launder it.
Oh dear, if only I'd been a little bit more grateful and a little less clumsy. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me the knitting that I didn't want, the coffee that I didn't ask for, and the pill for the headache that I don't have. You're welcome. You can't be down here.
You can't expect us not to investigate.
And besides, Heidi here has a powerful affinity for the elderly.
I must admit, observing invalids is something of a hobby of mine. Is she sick?
Yes, she is.
Is she contagious?
No,
Why are you so angry with her?
I'm not angry. When you talk to the maid, you sound angry.
The maid can be annoying.
Could it be a ruse?
What?
Could she be scamming you, using her illness as an alibi, or a way to gain trust or sympathy?
I don't think so.
Heidi would like to know if she has tried goat's milk from a pure white goat.
I'll ask her. Look, what I really need all of you to do is go back upstairs and concentrate on finding a way back to wherever it is you came from.
We'll try. We'll get to the bottom of this. Whatever it is you wish.
Yeah. Here, you look terrible. You should take it easy today. There's no need for both of us to sit around the waiting room this afternoon. Well, I want to go. I thought maybe I could talk to Dr. Meadows. Is there a problem at work? What? A minute ago it sounded like you were talking to someone. Yes. No. I thought we were talking about... There's a problem? I was checking in, is all. It must be difficult for them when you're away. They'll survive. Things are a bit unstable at work at the moment. Well, with the state and everything. They may have to scale back a few positions. Well, surely that won't affect you. You love that job, and I'm sure you haven't done anything to warrant being fired. Judging by how often they call you, you must be indispensable. Judging by that, you shouldn't have taken time off. There's nothing for you to do here. Certainly nothing worth risking your job over. Well, I wanted to be here. If it would help, I might be able to stay a while longer. I'm sure that will not be necessary. But if it would help... I didn't ask you to come. No, you didn't. Dad did. What does Dad say about the trial? He says he supports my decision. What does he say to you? He says it's your decision. Maybe it would be better if you hadn't gone to that conference. Maybe. Maybe not. He doesn't do so well, your father. What do you mean? Oh, nothing special, really. Only he insists on coming along to all my appointments. He barely lets me carry my purse, but all there is for him to do is sit and wait. We can be trapped there an awfully long time as they push the drugs. If there's trouble, he's not versed in medical code. It can be hard on a man, even if he has his Japanese puzzle boxes. Sudoku? Mom, it's called Sudoku. But he hovers. He constantly asks, "Are you all right?" Holds my hand. By the time we get home, he can barely look me in the eye. And if he does, I can tell he's been crying. It makes me want to kill him. I called Amar to find out more about the trial, and he thinks you should do it. You're friends again, but just friends, I hope. He's married. Remember, you were there? Amar Gupta is a dear boy. He always has been very bright, and I'm sure he is a fine doctor. But he is not, in fact, infallible, Amy, no matter what his mother says. You should really let me take a look at that blanket. I'm sure I can help. It's fine. I'll just rip it back. Again. Again. That's the great thing about knitting, right? You screw up, you can do it over. It all unravels, it all unwinds. You can try again. It's awful hard on the yarn that way, Amy. It only has so much give. Yarn loses its resilience if you go back too many times. I think you should reconsider the trial. I think you should take your pill and go lie down. I don't need it. Take it. I'm fine. Frustrating, isn't it, having someone tell you what to do? You know what? Maybe I should take it. Maybe it will help. I'll drive myself to the hospital. Oh, Mom, really, I can go. I wouldn't be so sure. Those things can knock you out, they do me. But why don't you go on up and get some rest? responsibilities.
Where is,
The woman on the couch is still out. Miss Amy is upstairs reading a book.
fantastic.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Would you care for something to eat?
No.
But Heidi has been baking all morning. You mustn't hurt her feelings. She is rather sensitive. The Steenstmocken is there. Bring on a tablet.
Where's the other one? Snooping.
Oh, I don't think you should say that. Although it's true, I find that people who simply say things that are true often get into trouble for it. I am forever getting into trouble for it.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. I'm sorry about not recognizing you earlier.
Oh, please don't think we are sympathetic to your plight. We have, all of us, well, almost all of us, have been servants at one point. And just because you're a servant doesn't mean you can't gain the benefits of knowledge. Even in your advanced condition, you might be able to improve your situation.
Perhaps we could provide some valuable instruction.
In what? Sheet ironing?
If you wish, but I had rather thought you might wish to learn how to read, despite your condition.
Oh, we can teach you! I'm first in my class. I taught half the younger students. Heidi taught Peter, and Sarah's used to teaching servants. Why, we're practically experts.
You think I'm a servant who can't read?
Oh, good. The housekeeper's here.
What is it with you people? What is it about me that makes you think I'm an illiterate maid? I'm not a servant. I can read. So what? I'm pregnant. I'm gonna have a baby. That's what happens when...
What? That's what happens when what?
Some mysteries are better left unsolved.
Come on, kid. Nothing interesting's going on around here.
Oh no.
Oh no! Is it your condition? Are you ill?
I'm turning into my mother.
Oh. Well, you can read at least. I'm relieved. I simply wouldn't be able to live if I couldn't read.
If you can read, how is it you did not know us?
Perhaps her drunken husband prevented her. All the women I have known in her condition have had drunken husbands.
I don't have a drunken husband. I have a husband. Look, just because I didn't recognize you all doesn't mean anything. Books just weren't my thing. They were Amy's thing, Mom's thing, but not mine. I'm just not all that interested in stories.
Not interested in stories?
I should not have survived without stories. Are you never distressed? Do you never have need of comfort?
Nope, I'm good.
What books and stories and make-believe give you so many places to go and people to see?
And really, the most dreadful, wonderful, heartbreaking things happen in books.
That's the problem. People like Amy, they read all these books and they think life is just that. You know, there's that phrase, lose yourself in a book. Yeah, lose yourself. I mean, I get that Amy is totally lost it.
What is it exactly that she has lost? It could be important. It could be a missing clue.
I get that Amy has lost her grip on reality. What I don't get is why I should have to see you too. I should be immune.
If that is your concern, Amy assured us the woman on the couch is not contagious.
I should be immune to you. I am pregnant. I have a condition. You know, that is scary enough.
I agree. This is very bad. I worked in households with babies, and babies are terrifying. I hope it won't be twins.
God, it won't be.
Good. Then it'll only be half as terrifying.
You have a lot of experience with babies?
Oh, certainly.
Is it hard?
It is constant work. But wait, you aren't truly a servant, are you?
No.
And have you ever been a servant?
No.
Then do you have servants?
No.
And have you ever taken care of babies before?
No.
Then yes. I suppose it shall really be terribly, terribly, horribly difficult.
Don't worry. Very often people don't survive it to begin with. My mother didn't. Amy! Get down here! You better be reading the complete Idiot's Guide to Exterminating Unwanted Pets! Hey there, Miss Amy.
Holy moly. Did the birds and the mice get together and make that for you?
Todd's mom bought.
I don't think she cares for you.
Apparently, my morning ensemble made me look like the maid. I thought you were gonna handle this.
Could you keep a lookout?
How exactly is that handling it?
Eat. Good, isn't it? Homemade. I mean, like, totally homemade. Like, even the butter.
You can't make butter.
Sure you can. We did it in kindergarten. You just need milk, fat, and a certain level of intensity. Oh, look at this. Is that my blanket? You made this? Oh, it has cables and a matching sweater. They did it. It's adorable. That's why they're here.
They come for the baby.
No, they're here to fix everything. This blanket, it was a wreck. But now look at it. Think about it. These girls, that's what they do. They make things better. They make people better people. They make people better, period.
They make a better butter.
I'm serious. Look at us. We were pissed at each other. Now, here we are, eating amazingly tasty fresh bread. It's their purpose. They mend broken hearts and find lost treasure and get people out of their wheelchairs just by pushing them down a mountain. They can do it.
Do what?
Convince her to do the trial.
I thought you were gonna convince Mom to do the trial.
I tried that. She drugged me and sent me to my room. But she'll listen to them. I know she will. They can do it. They can cure her.
You can't just say that to me.
See, you're worried. You're just as worried as I am.
You can't just say that to me because I am gonna have a baby. You can't just say that to me because sometimes we both know that things don't work out the way you think they will. You know, when Todd and I first decided to go ahead with this plan, she was fine and she was gonna help out and I was gonna work part-time and it was gonna be easy, and then I got pregnant and she wasn't fine.
You're not worried. You're mad. You're mad at Mom.
Shut up.
Look, I'm angry at Mom too, but I'm angry at her for stuff that she actually did wrong. You're angry at her for something that she can't do anything about.
Please, you're still mad at Mom about Amar. You know, it's not like Mom could have done anything about Amar.
She could have if she'd wanted to.
Really? Mom could have made you Indian because that was his parents' big objection, as I recall.
She could have made us feel like someone was on our side.
So let me get this straight. Are these girls here to fix Mom, or are they here to fix you?
I am not broken.
And I'm not angry. The pigeons come home to roost.
Wait,
Be sure about this. They think pregnant women can't read.
they think single women are evil. She will love them. Go. You're still here. Go home.
I'm trying to. Really, I am.
You'll spoil the surprise. What surprise?
Please, no more surprises.
It's empty. I know. As long as you're both here. Wait. I was rooting around in the attic the other day. What were you doing in the attic? Looking for these. Don't look, either of you. Now you can open your eyes.
Okay.
Now you can open your presents.
My baby book? Oh, a picture of Mom at the baby shower. Aw, look, Amy. Everyone is smoking. And they've got champagne. That's awesome. That makes me so happy.
I'm not smoking. I never smoked when I was pregnant.
Only secondhand smoke for the pregnant woman.
And there was a toast. That's all.
It's a miracle you learned to read.
Yours is a bit slimmer. I had more time with Jackie. I was new.
First tooth, 22 weeks. Wait, that's like 6 months. That's early, right? Because you're supposed to breastfeed for like a year, and you can't, breastfeed anything with teeth, can you?
Wrong. Welcome to motherhood.
Jackie's favorite toy is the polka dot elephant. Jackie's favorite song is the theme song to The Young and the Restless. You wrote down everything. What's in yours?
Amy is difficult to soothe.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks.
It seems like yesterday. I know everyone says that, but it does. Babies disappear before your very eyes. Oh, what have you done with my babies?
Well, we don't have to keep them. We could just look at them.
Well, what am I holding on to them for? I want you to have them. And your sister will need a reference.
Well, Jackie can keep hers if she wants.
I want.
You don't have to give me anything right now. Wait till I have a baby or something. But you keep it till then.
But
You keep it.
sure, until you have a baby.
So what did they say at the doctor's?
I am clear for treatment tomorrow.
Oh, good, because Jackie and I
Not Jackie and I, just I.
wanted to talk to you about something.
It can wait.
Well, it's not bad. It's good. It's a good surprise for you.
If it's good, I'll need it tomorrow.
I can wait.
What's in the envelope?
But
It can wait.
Ew! You saved our teeth?
You save what left. The pleasure I had reading your books when I was a girl. A child's pleasure, over and over. It gets so much harder the older we get.
Reading?
No, forgetting you know what happens next. Mom? Good morning. Are you okay? A little stiff. So I guess, surprise! Now you know? I know. And you're not alarmed?
Somebody turn off the alarm! Have we slept until the sun is in the sky?
Oh dear, I hope you aren't terribly upset with us. We didn't intend to break any rules. How did I get to work in the kitchens? Right away! Nothing for me this morning. I have treatment.
And fruit and cow juice, here I come.
when did this start?
Not long after I resumed treatment.
They've been here for weeks?
Just Heidi. Perhaps there are 2 towards the end. I'm not sure, but I began to feel as if I was being watched.
Unbelievable.
Miraculous, really. They're like old friends, aren't they?
Unbelievable you didn't tell me. Does Dad know?
I don't think so. I've been debating how to explain it to him. Perhaps we'll say they're exchange students.
From what century?
Mennonites?
Why didn't you tell me?
It didn't occur to me.
You always keep things from us.
I thought it might be some kind of side effect. Maybe I was reverting to childhood, maybe I was losing my mind.
Okay, so you think that your treatment is making you insane. And you're seeing things and you're hearing things, right? And you still don't tell anybody?
It seemed private. They were my books after all.
You gave them to me, remember? What else are you keeping from me?
What are you talking about?
My whole life, I don't understand you. Why? You always sweep things under the rug.
That is not true. Name one time I haven't been perfectly upfront with you.
Okay, I will. Remember when Miss Moppet, the cat next door, had kittens? And I begged you to let me keep one, until finally you said we couldn't because you are allergic? Maybe you remember, or maybe you're allergic, because I have never seen you have a reaction.
My symptoms are very, very mild. If anyone keeps secrets around here, it's you. You didn't tell us when you quit graduate school?
Yeah, I did. I called you and I said, I quit grad school. Then I came home for your surgery on that lump that you didn't want to alarm anyone about.
What about moving in with Amar? What about even being boyfriend and girlfriend in the first place? Your secret engagement.
His parents would have never allowed it.
So you kept it from us?
No, we didn't. We came to you. We asked for your blessing. You said no. How about the real reason on that?
He didn't love you enough. If he had, you wouldn't have needed anyone's permission.
That was not your call to make.
And the trial isn't yours.
I just want you to consider. There has to be a reason that these girls are here now. You can still decide to do it if you would just ask yourself why. Why now? Why you?
Why me is an incredibly unproductive question, and I am sick to death of it.
Look, I know you just want this part to be over, but miraculous things have happened, and maybe if you decide to do the trials, something else unexpected will happen. Something else fantastical.
Magical thinking is a common side effect. The trial is not a cure. I am following the exact course of treatment that my doctors recommend. Now is not the time to put myself through another round of treatment for an unproven, unconventional drug.
And you must always be conventional.
If the methodology were different or the statistics stronger, if the timing were better, you may think I'm being selfish, and maybe I am, but you're right. Miraculous things are happening. We are having a baby, and I will be present for that.
Jackie and Todd are having a baby. We are not having a baby!
And we don't have cancer! The trial is more, Amy, but it is more of the same. Ever since you were little, you don't know when to let things go. You think if you throw yourself under that train, its wheels will stop. If you just get another degree, if you love him twice as much as he loves you, if you just work harder, you'll be happy. Are you happy?
Did you ever think, Mom, that maybe being happy was an incredibly unfair thing to ask of someone? I'm sorry. I can't even pretend to be happy for my mother, who I don't understand, who has to get better, because if she doesn't, then I will never understand her.
Asking someone not to die is pretty unfair too.
That is not.
Isn't it? The trial is my decision. I hope to God you never have to understand.
Then help me understand. I am trying. Make my mother do the trial. She'll listen to you. She loves you.
We cannot change her heart.
Sure you can. You guys can do anything. You're magic.
No, we are not. We are fiction. The magic is what happens inside you.
But if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Everything will work out. What will work out? The ending. You will get a happy ending.
I do not recall it being so very simple.
Sure it is. I read all your books. You guys can do it.
What makes you so sure?
Well, she loves you. I love you.
We will do what we can for your mother, but I do not believe you remember as you ought.
Thank you. Thank you.
effusive gratitude is so encouraging. Do you hear that? It sounds like an ice cream truck.
Just my Sally. Can wait.
It could be the baby.
It's not.
It's not, but it could be. But probably it's just your father.
Oh no, I forgot to call Dad.
Tell him I'm all right, not to worry. We'll talk tonight. I'll just rest here a minute.
Thank you.
Did they give you the medicine?
Yes.
Do you hurt?
Not just yet. It takes a little while to kick in.
Well, if you don't mind me saying so,
You don't look very good, and the drugs must be working.
is there anything we can do?
I can bear it. Isn't that what you say in your story when your papa goes away?
Yes. If I go on talking and talking and telling you things about pretending, I shall bear better. I won't forget, but I shall bear better.
Then tell me a story. I won't forget, but I'll bear it better.
What is the story to be about?
Tea and costumes, distant lands, friendships, wrongs made right, a satisfactory end.
I like it better when they make you cry.
A happy ending often requires a great deal of suffering beforehand.
But then again, so does the tragedy.
I shall raise my voice and speak more clearly so that you know it is a story. The mermaids swam softly about in the crystal green waters and dragged after them a fishing net woven of deep-sea pearls. Shall a princess? I shall. I do like a princess, even if it is pretend. The princess sat on the white rocks and watched them, and soon found herself drawn into their winding grottos under the sea, glowing with soft, clear blue light, while little merbabies swam about laughing, with stars in their hair.
You can always go back, you know. I'm no good at this. Any of it. I open my mouth and I'm a little girl again. I guess that's always what it's like with your mother.
I wouldn't know.
Sorry, I forgot. I'm sure you were right. Not that I would know either. You know, it never occurred to me that you are, that all of you are,
What are we all?
motherless.
You ought not disturb her. She needs her rest.
Mom! Mom! Where are you? Where is she? Where is my mother? Did any of you see her leave?
No!
Mom! Mom! Can you hear me? Her car is still here. She has to be here. Where is she? What have you done to her?
What exactly are you accusing us of?
She can't just disappear. She's sick. She had chemo this morning. What did you do to her?
She wanted to lie down in her room.
When you left her, was she in her room?
You should not have disturbed her.
She was resting. She's not resting. She isn't recovering. She isn't there. She's disappeared. I have made a huge mistake. You aren't who I thought you were. I have made a huge and terrible mistake. Isn't it nice to think of tomorrow as a new day with no mistakes in it yet? Just think of all the mistakes you don't make, although you might.
hurting if it's different than different than
Oh, brown.
he thought that was okay. So how are you going to let to the book right now? So where? Yeah, I don't get out of my shop. Sometimes she'll make me put my and she's like, oh, he's still right there. I said, no, he's on my work. I'm like, oh. I just want to yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, Friday. I don't know. Well, for you're the last one to touch it. So I call it never mind. On Friday, it's just, it could be another week. So I just,
I do not remember this. That's so wrong. It's a rude joke. Wait, what did she say? Bro, that's dumb. My mom had cancer. Yeah, I'm
You should get chili. Okay. Oh my god. Do you have it there? They don't have it though. Here? Yeah, they don't have it.
Get chicken tenders.
Don't they have like blizzard? Yeah. No, they don't have it.
Boy.
Yeah.
You like to have yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why? So, that one.
Would you guys like in front of the people? Yeah. You don't have to carry it?
That one is whoever's
No, we're talking about
so they all kind of got set.
They get
So you have
Okay, so yeah, like a
but
Come on on. Stop picking up.
Yeah, we were there.
We're both Aries. Yeah, I know.
yeah, because it's much harder. Was on I gotta make sure.
Why is he not? Why do you hate that they say that?
Yeah. So it's just that.
Oh, you hate
That's what happened.
I thought you said they hate
That was. There's a lot of
This is different. This is the brown. I want to I don't care.
Stop making a fool out of
Please, bro.
And it could be nice on it.
Damn, that's so hot, bro. Oh my god, that lady.
Why did you feel like a circle?
Yo, that's a thick ass thing.
How are you?
I thought you something about her body.
Really? What? Oh my gosh. And he comes to the house.
Oh, that's nice.
Stop making a fool out of me.
Right now, I was
Why don't you come
So,
Don't say that, bro.
yeah. But he brings like a table and we even lay down by and she goes
He was at first.
yeah.
Oh, I just heard that.
I have seen the past few times. Been over there, there's no and I just thought it was stubborn. Yeah. So what is the contract? We'll come back. Oh my God. Okay.
He looks so ugly. Nothing to say. Oh, he looks ugly. His face is ugly.
And Doug Kelly. Oh. College?
Oh my God, this girl, I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, that's kind of how that. And plus, I'm worried I don't want to. Like, I'm sure you know, I'm sure it does hurt. Yeah. I said, what? I said, the next thing I know, they said, and then I said, and I was like, oh my God. And I was just telling her that girl said,
I think we should call Dr. Meadows. In case vanishing is a side effect? Now it's okay for you to call Dr. Meadows when it won't do any good. But before, when I wanted you to call about the trial, you were too busy being pregnant.
And what exactly do you think we should do? You should let us out. Quiet!
The spinster is giving the housekeeper her orders. Help me look through these books. What for? Something that tells us something. A pattern. Look for all the passages about mothers.
We could try climbing out on the roof.
Not even if you dare me.
Well, a little eavesdropping never hurts.
Here, Anne says, Mother thought I was perfectly beautiful, blah, blah. Oh, I'm glad she was satisfied with me anyhow. I would feel so sad if I thought I was a disappointment to her since she didn't live very long after that, you see. She died of fever when Anne was 3 months old.
They are talking about our mothers.
I do wish she'd lived long enough for me to remember calling her mother. I think it'd be so nice to say mother, don't you?
I never talk about it.
I'm not finding a lot of information. I'm finding a lot of information, but most of it's description of clothing. You know, there was a lot of description of clothing in here. Fever for Heidi. Fever and grief. Heidi is a year old and her dad gets smushed by a beam, then her mom gets sick and dies. Oh, wait a minute. Sarah Crew tells some kind of wrapped-up fairy story about lily fields and pearl and gold walls, but that's more to do with some other kid's dead mom, okay? Okay, here's something. Sarah had never known her mom because she died when she was born. You know what? Heidi's grandfather is an asshole.
Was sagen Sie über mich? Dein Großvater ist dein Arschloch.
Amy, what? If I die during childbirth or something, you're not gonna die. Stuff can go wrong. That's like the first thing you learn when you find out you're pregnant, how much stuff can go wrong. You know, especially for those of us of advanced maternal age. Yeah, real term, get over it. So if I die, you're not gonna die, but I could. That's the risk. That's the risk you take when you decide to have a baby. You say, okay, I'm gonna risk my life, and I'm gonna upend everything in my life, and it's never gonna be the same, and we're gonna have to learn stuff and change diapers and be parents, all because we decided to have a baby. So if I die and Mom doesn't come back, promise me you'll be there for the baby and for Dad and for Todd too, at least until some hot governess shows up to replace me. A hot governess? I don't know, you read all those books. I think that's a different type of book. Oh, to God for Todd. Look, you're not gonna die, and Todd isn't gonna marry some governess gone wild. Look, Dad's coming home, Mom's coming back, I'll fix it. How you fixed it this time with real fake people and no Mom? She knew. Before I got here, she knew about them, and she didn't tell me. Why wouldn't she tell me? Maybe she didn't want us to know. You know, maybe she wanted that. Maybe we weren't supposed to tell her that we knew. So we just ignore it. Oh, like how you ignore how sick she is. If we had to wait for you to get out of denial, we'd have the whole cast of Annie here. Oh, don't go blaming me. This is all your fault. My fault, not Mom's, never Mom's. Both of you, together. You know, you guys can make fun of me because I read things with how-to in the title, but at least my books tell you what to do. They explain how things work. You guys can make fun of me all you want for not cleaning out the cat box or eating soft cheese, but no one is stepping out of my staircase. You're wrong. They do tell you what to do. I told you that would not hold.
This is not useful.
I know what I'm doing. I can find Mom.
What have you observed? Have you overheard anything? Noticed any suspicious strangers?
Yeah, we have.
Think, as hard as it seems, you only have yourself to rely on, your own resourcefulness.
And of course you mustn't be alone. You must merely feel alone.
And you must work tirelessly, without complaint. You must think only of others. Adversity tries people. It proves how nice you are.
These books tell you exactly what to do. Even if it's crap no one can live up to. Self-reliance, what excellent doctrine from a bunch of teenagers. No college, no career, no art.
We don't have to help you.
No, you kinda do. Helping people, it's your thing. It's your only thing.
I solve mysteries.
Sure you do.
I'm a detective.
No, you're a bright girl, but the origin of the solar system is a mystery. Rapidly dividing cells are a mystery. You help people. Be grateful for it. Without it, you're just another aimless, meandering daughter of privilege.
Like you.
Like me.
People need help. They make a lot of mistakes. They're often careless with rules and legal documents. Sometimes people pin their hopes on unreliable figures. It's not a terrible thing to help people. It's good to be a girl.
What are you doing?
She might do herself harm. Amy? She's certainly doing the furnishings harm. I'm looking for the secret passageway.
The secret...
Passageway? Oh! They had to get here somehow. It's not a mystery. It's a device, a formula. There's rules. I can follow the rules. Are you through with your tantrum?
The best way to handle a girl who throws a tantrum is to ignore her.
Oh, I thought you were distracted. That works too. Amy, Mom is not gonna like this. Then she should have told me. Mom should have told me what to do when she had the chance. Oh, you can't just flinging her stuff all over the place. Oh, have you ever thrown a tantrum?
Cola? No, never. I mean, maybe once or twice. I have.
So have I.
No, it didn't look like this. Not yet. I broke something dear to me. That's how a tantrum ends. Something important is broken. Otherwise, it's just a fit.
That's not how you treat, but it's the only way to treat people. Hey?
Hand over the baby book.
Wow, she really did slack on yours. What the hell is that?
What do you got?
Me and Amar, National Honor Society banquet.
Wow, sad.
What is Mom doing with this? I thought I threw it out. Oh, may I see? I delighted photographs. No, it's private.
Was is photographed?
Do let us see. It's mine. You cannot be so mean of heart that you would deny Heidi. Tell you what, you tell me where my mother is, and I'll share.
Exchange is vulgar.
Agreed. And just let her see the picture.
Selfishness is the worst possible trait in a girl. Worse than red hair. I shall teach you a lesson. Oh, give me that. No, I'm teaching you to be more generous of spirit. I'll give it back. Carrots. Don't you dare call me carrots, you despicable old shrew. What? You're gonna get old Sunday too, and you know what? What do you know? You're gonna be a nobody. You don't know anything. Yeah, you do. You're gonna die utterly, kid. I'm going to travel the world and write novels and go to the opera. You are going to do your duty, teach, get married, and have 10 kids, and a series of 8 crazy, disappointing sequels. No! I'm the lady of Shabbat. I wanted to die tragically.
This is how a tantrum ends.
Einmal als ich dacht, Großvater ist gestorben, war ich so traurig, dass ich kein geworden bin. Ich war so weit weg, dass ich glaub, dass jeden alles, was im Begleit tot sei. Und das wäre einmal alleine ins Leben muss. Dann habe ich es in Leben gut.
When Heidi thought the old grandmother had died, she was afraid she would have to live in the city. Alone. Forever. Then she refused to eat.
don't think Mom should have given you these books.
Do you know what I think? I think she's the villain. Consider, she harbors a secret resentment. There were the missing documents, the drugs, those treatments she was so desperate for her to take. They aren't even medicines. They are poisons. I read about them. They are toxic.
That's how they work. They kill the bad cells.
See? She's killing her. She and her swarthy companion have probably had it out for the woman from the beginning.
Swarthy?
You know what I mean.
Why don't you tell me what you mean?
I think she's talking about Amar, right?
Mom always denied it.
Denied what?
Come on, Amy. That's not fair.
That the color of his skin had anything to do with it. But there it was, deep down. You,
Me?
with your sly racism and your gypsy caravans and your turban charlatans.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? You know, I've gone through one book, and even I know what she's talking about.
I don't think we want to get involved in this discussion.
Perhaps not. Perhaps you don't. With your colonial history and your superior attitude. Oh, and don't even get me started on the mountain.
I speak Hindustani. I am sympathetic to the plights of Eastern peoples. Ram Das worships me, though I'm sure your servant was most devoted as well.
He wasn't my servant. He was my best friend. You know, I used to think that we would grow old and get married and have a ton of kids. It's your fault, you know. You too, I guess. Even you, a little bit. You make us think that he'll always be there. Oh, that adoring boy next door. He's so good. He wants to be a doctor. But he isn't always there. Sometimes he doesn't exist, and other times he just breaks your heart. I blame you.
I thought you blamed your mother.
Her too? You're her stories. You hear that? Her stories, not mine. I reject you. Everything that is wrong with her is wrong with you. Especially you. You're so good and so smart and so noble. But you are the worst of them all. Why? Because you suffer so. You suffer so easily, so lovely, so internally. Do you have any idea what that does to a girl?
My reversals were not of my doing.
But you chose to absorb them. That's what it does to a girl. It gives her a disease, poor mobility, covering every pain it gives her a cancer.
Your mother's illness isn't Sarah's fault.
Look at her. Look at how calm she is. Oh, how thoughtful. My mother is missing, and she just stands there staring. How many tumors do you think we could find if we opened her up? I bet she's popping with them. What did you do to my mother?
She asked me for a story.
Then what?
I told it to her.
And then she just disappeared?
We appeared after all. Then, where is she? Ist das seit diesem Gemälde?
No, she isn't inside the photograph. Ein Fotofont die seit time. It captures time.
Find ein Erinnerung.
No, not a memory, just a picture. Bild.
Ich wünsche mir, ich ein Foto von Berkat. Ich wünsche mir undai, weil Blumen undai. Was ihr in mein Nährchen halten könnt undai geferne schauen, sei Himmel zeigen und mir zeigen, wo ich meinen Kumpel haben soll. Wenn ich ein Bild hat, nicht in meinem Herzen halten müssen, wenn Monitors ganz an meinem Herzen halt. Es ist so, wie wenn man vergisst, es wird so kostbar Herzen halt.
I wish I had a photograph of the mountain. I wish I could hold the wildflowers and the grasses in my hand and look at the pines pointing up at the sky, showing me where to lift my head. If I had a picture, then I wouldn't have to hold it so close in my heart. When you hold something very close in your heart, it is like forgetting. It becomes too precious to take out.
Get her back. Until it, whatever you did, undo it.
It was of her own devising. I cannot take it back.
Then how do we get her back?
I do not know.
Do you know how to get our mother back?
No, I thought I solved the mystery when I called you the villain.
What should we do? What if we tell a different story?
You can't just make up the rules.
This is how the story goes. Once upon a time, a bunch of book people showed up at my mom's house, and then my mother disappears, and then they disappear, and then my mother comes back. The end. You're still here?
That wasn't a very good story.
Agreed. It lacked character, action, Hilton, a heroine.
A heroine?
Yes, a girl who survives many hardships.
A girl who is alone in her suffering.
A girl who is persistent in her pursuit of the truth.
I know who the heroine is. I'm the heroine.
I thought you were the old spinster.
Or the mistalking.
Yes, but perhaps we were mistaken. You do have many heroic attributes.
Such as?
You have suffered a reversal. You lost your position.
Your father is out of town on business. And of course, your mother is gone.
Wait. You lost your job?
Maybe a little.
You lost your job and mom?
I got laid off
When?
a few weeks ago.
Did you tell mom?
No.
But you told them?
Yes.
You know, you're the one who's dressed like mom.
Not true. You guys are like two peas in a pod.
Yeah, I'm like her in all the good ways, and you're like her in all the bad ways. You know, maybe I'm the heroine, huh? Did any of you think of that?
No, I think I know who you are. You're not going to be super happy about it.
I was right! I am the dead mother.
No, you're the fat friend.
What?
I mean, it's better than dead mother. They all have a fat friend. Well, except for Heidi, whose friend is disabled. Maybe her pregnancy counts as a deformity. Diana is not fat. I love her with all my heart. She's pleasingly plump is all.
Louise has pleasingly plump cheeks. It's a convenient euphemism. You do remind me some of Ermengarde. She was a dear and loyal friend of mine whom I could not have done without.
Well, she sounds lovely.
A lovely, fat, dull creature.
The fat, stupid friend.
I'm just the heroine. I don't think the rules.
Good. That is very good.
So what now? If I'm the heroine, do we just tell the right story and she comes back?
They don't know. They really don't know how this works.
None of us make the rules.
Okay, a story about Mom. We'll try it.
Oh, what about that time that I zipped my coat so fast my skin got all caught in the zipper? And I screamed and I called for Mom and she came running, but there was nothing to do but unzip it. I heard something awful and I bled all over my coat.
Zippers must be frightful.
Could you tell me what type of story to tell?
Oh, something romantic.
Something dramatic. Oh, we can act it out. I'll be you. Heidi can be Amar. After all, she is foreign. Sarah could be your mother, and
I can be the mysterious stranger.
There's a mysterious stranger.
no, there isn't. There never is. It always ends up being the person introduced on page 5.
Hi, I'll be her.
Perfect.
One summer, when we were kids, Amar and I were playing backgammon. Oh, Amar, how I adore you! We shall be forever happy together, you and I. No, not quite like that. We played every day and we got pretty serious. You will be a doctor, and I will be a glorified librarian, and we will live together with our children in happiness and mutual parental approval. No, pretty serious about winning. There were some heated arguments.
Yep, I remember that.
A lot of heated arguments. And one day we were playing and Mom was vacuuming and she just came over and sucked the dice right up. After that, we had to play Monopoly. That was worse than her story.
Yeah, she's right. My story was better.
You weren't telling the whole story. You be the maid, I'll be the spinster. In order to secure my inheritance, you must become a doctor, so we might use your medical expertise to carry out my nefarious plan. I shall become a not too terribly mannish librarian, so that no one shall suspect us. We shall pretend to part, and once the poison takes hold, no one shall stop me. I've been caught. Sorry. Once I think of something, I'm almost always right.
You're not right.
But it makes sense. How? Why introduce a totally extraneous character if he isn't going to be the villain?
There's no villain.
Well, there has to be a villain. Who among your mother's acquaintance might bear a grudge? A jealous society matron.
No one bore her a grudge.
Except Amy. A handyman. A mechanic. No. Fine then. A clergyman. A counsel. A doctor. Aha! This whole time I've been suspecting the wrong doctor. Your mother's doctor.
Dr. Meadows?
Yes. What might he have to gain from your mother's disappearance?
Not he, she.
Are you absolutely sure she's a woman? Here, while I was in your mother's room, I found this box of correspondence. Here's where we'll find the villain.
Oh, give me that.
We'll divide the lot evenly between us. Each of you read through a pile and see if you can find anything suspicious.
Looking through Mom's mail isn't going to tell us anything.
Oh, not true. We now know that she needs to renew U.S. News and World Report.
I cannot comprehend these Blue Cross Blue Shield letters. Does she owe them money, or are they paying her? The first page appears to be a bill, but the second page says no payment due. It's a puzzle. I can't make heads or tails of it.
If you can figure out the insurance bills, you are a brilliant detective. Who is Gerald Saunders?
Our father.
Oh, but he's not a suspect. Fathers are beyond reproach. Fathers you know by heart. You should try counseling with him. I know when I'm in a fix, it clears things up in a jiffy.
Oh no. Dad, what are we going to do when he comes home?
Dad, I can't think about Dad right now. I can't think about him coming home and her just not being here.
He shouldn't have gone to that conference.
I do hope his investments are secure.
Although, should there be a letter from the bank, you may wish to keep it to yourselves.
He didn't want to go. Mom insisted. Honestly, I think he wants her to do the trial.
Did he say that to you?
No, but he left her alone with you for 3 days.
Well, then why won't she do it? If Dad wants her to do it, and we want her to do it, and Dr. Meadows wants her to do it, then why won't she?
Dr. Meadows never said she should do it. She said she was eligible, that's all.
I don't understand why there isn't a letter here from Dr. Meadows. Or an insurance policy naming her the beneficiary. Or a safe deposit box! That's what we should do. We should get in the car and go to the bank. Visit the hospital. Look around Dr. Meadows' office. Give me your keys.
No.
Give me your keys. I promise you, once I'm behind the wheel of a car, everything will make sense. We'll take a fast curve. A strange car will chase me, or I'll chase it. And once I break the speed limit, everything will make sense.
Not in a Subaru.
But I'm right. I'm right. If you could just get in the car or call Father, I can prove it.
You're wrong. wrong.
I admit I may have been wrong before about you and Amar, but I can't be wrong twice.
Yes, you can.
I'm a girl detective. If I can't solve the mystery, who will help you? Everyone. Always. Everyone comes to me.
Things are different here.
If I'm wrong, the world falls apart. The guilty go free. Who's going to put everything right if I'm not doing my job?
You don't go to college. You don't have a job.
I have the most important job. I make everything just.
You ought to accept inequity.
And life isn't always fair, even when you are beloved. Just before Matthew passed away, he told me how very proud he was of his Anne girl. But I never had the chance to tell him how proud I was of him.
Life is fair when I'm in charge. You'll see. It's very simple. I'll expose Dr. Meadows. She'll reveal where she's hiding your mother and quite possibly your father as well. Yes, he is the surprise prisoner. Surprise prisoners are always the best. Some good doctor will come. Possibly Amar. Possibly even Amar. See, you were wrong about me. When it serves the plot, I can ignore my prejudices. Amar will come. He will reverse the effects of her poisoning, and you shall live happily ever after. Because of me. Because I'm a detective.
Amar's married. Mom's not being poisoned. She has a disease.
But she's innocent.
That's the hell of it.
I don't understand. Nothing works here like I think it ought to. I can't figure it out. Normally I'm so good at figuring everything out. And I have Father, but I don't know how to reach him here. And I have this feeling that I've never had before. I don't know the rules here. I can't make sense of anything. I have this feeling that there's someone, maybe someone who can help me. Someone I never talk about. Because what would be the point? I will never know her. She's the only person that could ever help me. And it's so terrible, this feeling. I realize things I've never thought of before. I realize it's awful. I don't even know her name. I don't even know her name.
Help me out. Go grab her both and look up her mom's name.
It's not there.
What?
The books, they don't say it.
I do not know my mother's name.
They just leave it out. I mean, what about her?
Ihre Mutter, meine Tante weiß wahrscheinlich. Her aunt might know it.
My mother's name was Bertha. She was a teacher at the high school. She married my father, Walter Shirley, and they lived in a weeny teeny yellow house. I cannot help myself at times. I'm dreadfully accustomed to being first in my class. That's it? That's all you know? It is more than the others do. Although, to be entirely fair and truthful, I cannot solemnly swear that the house was yellow. Though I'm quite sure it is. It is only that I've imagined that house a great many times. You imagined it. What about your mom? Don't any of you ever think about your mother?
Someone please make this feeling go away. Do something, won't you? You're supposed to be the heroine after all. Aren't you supposed to do something?
What?
I can't stay here. I can't stay here and have this terrible feeling.
She can't go into the world.
Wait. What about us? What about the people that need you? What about Mother?
Stay. Be a brave girl.
I am a brave girl, and I can't stay in a place that doesn't make sense.
Do something. I got stuck someplace once. Mom and I, we got trapped in a warehouse.
By who?
It was an accident. It was one of those sample sales her decorator friends had told her about, with sparrows in the rafter and furniture all jumbled together. Remember waiting for Mom and waiting and waiting?
Yeah, I do. Thorough, Mom is.
And there was this back room that had in it all these Persian rugs, and Mom wanted to see them. And she must have taken so much time that the gal running the place forgot that we were there, because she left. And by the time Mom wanted to leave, we couldn't. We were stuck.
Was there a window? Usually you can climb out of a window.
too high up.
Sometimes someone comes in through the window.
Nope, just us. Oh, so Mom started banging on the door and rattling the door handle, and I thought I was supposed to do the same thing. So we were both there banging and yelling and screaming, and well, I got scared, and so she stopped. Then we started rummaging through the gal's desk looking for the keys, but they weren't there. All we found was a bag of peanut M&Ms. She opened them up and placed one in my hand, and I said, well, won't she get mad at us? She said, too bad. She isn't here. We get to break the rules. Then Mom let me sit on this giant stack of rugs with my shoes on. We ate those gals' peanut M&Ms and waited for her to come back from lunch.
Just as in my story. You mustn't be afraid. You see, there could be a thick, soft blue Indian rug on the floor. And in that corner, there could be a little soft sofa with cushions to curl up on. And just over it, there could be a shelf full of books so that one could reach them easily. Or we could pretend we're on the Bastille.
Behind the sheets?
Yes, like a story. Everything's a story. I am a story. You are a story.
Well, it's not a story like yours. It's something real that happened to us.
Stories are real. When I tell a story, I feel as if I were all the people in the story, one after the other. The fairy folk, the prisoners, the princesses. A story need not be correct. It need only carry you. What they feel, I feel. They are more real to me than you are. There is no other way to feel the inside of someone else's heart.
I can't do this. I can't stand here talking about her, telling stories about her, going through things like she's gone, like she's actually gone.
If you could just pretend.
She is our mom.
Perhaps if you imagined?
I don't want to pretend. I want my mother. My mother's not a story.
What if you can't remember everything? What if you forget?
If I prayed, you think I haven't prayed. I have prayed, and Dad has prayed, and Jackie has prayed, and she has prayed that she would get better, that it would go away. Let me show you. Please, God, let her decide to do the trial. Please don't let her die. Don't let it come back. It came back. Here in the real world, when terrible things happen to the people that you love, and not just to blind old grandmothers. You can't just fix them. Even if you are the best girl in the world. Even if you aren't the best girl.
Amy, this is not helping.
You're right. They aren't helping. Go home. Go back to your books. Go back to the mountain. You're nothing but stories. Stuff that my mom read when she was a little girl. Stuff that I read when I was a little girl. Whatever appears on the library list. Recommended reading for girls. Stop it. Go. I give up. I'm not the heroine. Mom tells me that I don't know when to give up, but I do. I give up. I'm sorry, Jackie. I screwed up. Again.
You need to go to your room.
I'm sorry.
Go to your room!
Don't you wonder?
What?
Don't you wonder what she would say if she could see you now? You must look your duty courageously in the face and make it a friend. As duty ever is when it is met frankly.
Don't
But
Dare.
She's right. You aren't helping.
when I threw my tantrum, I threw my beloved doll that Papa had given me to the ground. And I broke off a piece of her nose.
I'm gonna break your nose if you don't come down here.
I told her she was nothing but a doll, stuffed with sawdust, nothing with a heart. But it wasn't her fault. She was doing her sawdust best. It wasn't her fault that Papa never came back from India, and I had to go cold and hungry in the attic. I am very sorry about your mother. I am sorry that our sawdust vest is not good enough. But you mustn't just leave Amy up at the top of the stair. It is a terrible thing, when all the magic is gone, to feel quite alone.
Are you ready to come out and apologize?
No.
Then what do you want me to do with this? Here.
You ever realize how few pictures there are of her?
Dad's an economist. She took the pictures.
She was so young. You ever think about that? Like this picture, it looks like my second birthday party. She was still in her 20s.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder what she was like back then, at our age, like as a person?
As a person, not like Mom.
Like if the person you are now and the person she was then, separate, what would that be like?
You have to figure this out, Amy.
I don't think I can. I tell the wrong stories. Like that story about backgammon. That's not even about Mom. That's about me. I remember things wrong. Like how great I did remembering the stories. I forgot about stuff. Like me and Amar wanting to win, and arguing, and fighting.
It's good that you remember the good stuff.
But I don't even do that. Because that day in the warehouse is one of my favorite memories of her.
Okay.
She knew so much about those rugs. She knew the patterns and the parts and the names. There's a whole language for rugs. There's a word for the pattern that the wool makes as it fades. She taught me that word and, well, I forgot it.
Get her back and we can ask her.
How? Tell another story? There's all this stuff that I don't know about Mom because, well, Mom never talks about Mom. She talks about rugs and books and stuff, but not about her. Remember that time we went swimming in those people's pool? It was in their backyard. No, they had a diving board.
Oh, yeah, sort of.
And Mom went off their diving board.
Yes, the girl was on my soccer team. What was her name?
And she could do all those crazy dives. Remember that?
Yeah. They had a dog they let swim in their pool.
But no, Mom, doing all those dives, it was bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, who lets their dog swim in the pool?
No. Mom, doing all the fancy dives, it was amazing.
She just did a couple of back dives. I mean, she was on a college dive team.
Right, but she never talks about that. It was weird, like she wasn't even our mom. Like she was some stranger capable of daring and fantastical feats.
It's funny, that's just kind of how I feel about the baby. Like, there's this stranger that's closer to me than anyone else in the world.
I can see her that day in the warehouse. She was wearing that plaid skirt of hers with the button pockets. I can imagine her looking up at me and smiling, but I can't tell if it's real or if it's just in my head. I can see her face and I have all these memories of her, but what if that's all I have left and I don't even know if they're real? I try to imagine her, but I'm only me. I can't be her too.
Everything fades differently, I guess. Like that time with my coat and I was bleeding, she told me that I was a brave girl. So I was. You know, maybe I was only ever a brave girl because Mom told us so. Maybe she made us up too.
I made Anne Shirley cry. I shoved Heidi.
After you left, I thought about just decking Sarah Crew. She asked me what Mom would say if she could see us now.
She was my favorite one, you know. I was so proud when Mom gave me her book. I loved her. I wanted to be just like her.
Mom or Sarah Crew?
Both, I guess. What if I make up a story about Mom and I can't tell the difference?
I don't know. Everything's bigger than me right now. I am bigger than me right now. You know, I hate maternity clothes. I tried to return that shirt that Todd's mom bought me, and the lady just smiled at me and said, "I'm sorry, all sales are final." And then it sunk in. I am 9 months pregnant. All sales are final. I mean, I'm gonna have this baby. What would she say if she could see us now?
She's not here.
She's gone. Oh my God, she's really gone. How am I gonna do this without her? How am I gonna do any of this without her?
That day in the warehouse, she said, "Too bad, she's not here. We get to break the rules." Tell you what, we are gonna make our own rules. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Marilyn. She suffered a reversal. She caught an illness that no one understood and became the woman on the couch. The woman on the couch married an absent-minded, absent professor.
She had a housekeeper and a librarian, and they both desperately wanted her to be well.
So they read her statistics and brought her
Juice boxes?
and they sent her to rooms where she waited and waited.
She wanted to be well too.
But she got tired of absent-mindedness and waiting and statistics and juice boxes, and so she read stories from when she was a little girl, and the stories came to life and
Made baked goods?
and showed her the secret passageway. Then she went through the passageway and became a girl named Marilyn again.
She wore a clothing-clad skirt, a matching set with cables, just like she used to have. Trust me, from what I've read in these books, what you wear is important.
And she found herself in a library full of books, and there was a book that had in it a family tree with a secret name that nobody knew.
I know the secret name. It's Elizabeth. The secret name is Elizabeth.
And so she wrote down the great non-gender neutral name on a slip of paper and left it in a place where a detective would be sure to find it, so that she might solve the mystery. Then she got in her car and sped far, far away to remote Canada, where she met a well-meaning boy out fishing. The two of them took out a dinghy and talked about medicine and opera. She explained to him that not all opera was sad,
And she made him promise to take his wife on a long vacation each year, not just to boring conferences.
and then he fell out of the boat and had to wait, even though he hated waiting, for his favorite girl to come along in an unreliable craft so they might sink and swim to shore together. Then she rowed her boat all the way to Victorian England, where it was very cold. So she brought with her
A zip front magenta with lime green polka dots, hooded parka trimmed in white faux fur, very 80s.
and she bought some hot cross buns from a bakery and wandered into a school and up the long, treacherous stairway to a little garret,
where she laid up some rat traps.
and a handsome stranger in a beautiful turban came in through the window. The two of them had a tea party and played a funny little game with a pair of black and white dice she found in her pockets.
And he asked her if she might go away with him so they could be together forever.
But she said no. Let us always be friends. Then she stuffed her parka under the bed so that the little girl in the garret wouldn't have to be so cold or so brave.
And she missed her jacket a bit when she went to the mountains.
But the sun shone, and the buttercups laughed, and the gray rocks endured, surrounded by primroses and gentians and bluebells. But she isn't just a girl anymore. Marilyn gets to be a grandmother, and a mother, and a wife, and a daughter, and a friend, and a child, and a person, all on her own. She looked up at the sky, now full of stars, and it seemed as though the universe turned about her, as though she were a diver or stranger capable of daring and fantastical feats. She wanted more than anything to go home. Where she lived, girls, Mom, you came home. Finish the story. Where she lived?
Happily ever after?
That's not really how any of them end. She lived on the path of her own choosing, past the bend in the road, and the place where the lane grows gradually wilder as the path ascends.
When I was
I'm taking everything off.
Yeah, I did that tonight when I pulled up the parking lot.